Hi everyone, welcome back. So today's video is going to be about 5 things I didn't know would happen after sleeve surgery. Stick around if you're interested. So 5 things that I did not know would be happening to me after bariatric surgery. These are things that happen to me that are physical and mental, and they happen to me. I can't say that they would happen to everyone else, or that anyone else would have the same experiences as I do, but I thought that these would be some things that I could share with you so that you could maybe either relate or laugh at me because they're strange or whatnot. So starting off with number 1 is hiccups. I still get my hiccups at least every other time that I eat. It's worse if I ate something that had a lot of carbohydrates in it, or if it was relatively greasy, then I will definitely have my hiccups. I spoke about it in an earlier video, the reasons why I'm getting the hiccups, and the doctor said it is due to reflux. So I never associated, like I had previously said, hiccups to reflux or the way you digest your food. I always assumed it was when you ingested too much air, or I don't know what other reason I would think of, but I never thought that it would be for reflux. So the hiccups are getting better. Like I said, I get it about every other meal, or if it's really bad health-wise. And what I mean really bad health-wise for a bariatric person. And yeah, so it's the hiccups. I had no idea that hiccups would be happening to me. Up next, number 2 is stomach noises. My stomach has become a symphony of noises ever since I've had my operation. From, I would say, day 2 when I was home from the hospital and I would fall asleep and wake up, and I could feel my stomach and intestines come to life, and it would just be, I don't know if it's the gas going through my stomach, but I could hear it gurgling and moving around, and that's specifically for the waking up and having it make noise. That has gone away. But every single time I eat or drink something, there's always a gurgle. Like, I can feel it going on right now. I just drank a sip of a yop, and I can feel that it's going gurgle, gurgle. Luckily, it's not loud enough this time for anyone to hear on the camera. But it does happen at work, where I'll be talking to someone after, example, lunchtime, and all of a sudden I hear a gurgle, and they kind of look at me like, "Girl, did you just burp?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, it's not me. I don't have control over it." So that's something that I didn't expect, the actual noises coming from my stomach and from, I would guess, my esophagus. So that's something that you kind of have to deal with. I think the best way to deal with it is if you're in public and it happens, just to make a joke out of it, you know, like, "Oops, sorry, uncontrolled," or I usually find some way to turn it into something funny so it doesn't really be like, "Oh my god, I can't control my bodily noises." So that's something that I did not know would be happening. Number 3 is my number 2s. So I didn't realize that with the surgery, I mean, I kind of expected that with the surgery that you would go to the bathroom less because you're consuming less. However, I didn't realize it would be that much less. And I've talked about pooping in my other videos, so why wouldn't I do it in this one? I would say that I would go to the bathroom, or I go to the bathroom on average once every 2 to 3 days. I really try and pay attention to how long it's been, because I wouldn't want to pass over 3 days and have it become a problem. And the nutritionist says that you shouldn't pass more than 3 days without going to the bathroom. So I didn't think that, I knew it would be less, but I didn't think it would be that much less. So I would say on average, I go once every 2 days, and pretty often I am constipated. So I have little pills that I got from the operation. So if I'm having too much problems, or if I've passed that 3-day mark, then I'll take one of those pills and it helps move things along. But they're not X-Lax pills. It helps. I don't really know what it does. They specify that it's not X-Lax, but it is something that helps soften things in your intestines to help them go through your system. So could it be that I'm not drinking enough water and that's why things aren't moving around as much? But once every 2 days is fabulous, because before, if you've seen my other videos, I used to go a lot more often than that. So how often do you go? Do you go really often? Do you go once a day, twice a day? Do you go once every 1, 2, 3 days? I would be really curious to know how often people who've had the surgery go because I want to know if I'm abnormal, or maybe I'm reassuring you to let you know that there's someone else that doesn't go that often. I don't know. Let me know. I'm interested. Number 4 is the drinking after eating. So something that I didn't realize would be happening after the surgery is that you have to wait about 20 to 30 minutes before you drink after eating, because you don't want to overload your stomach and make yourself feel too full and get nauseous, or some people may get sick. But I was really someone who before, as soon as I ate, I would chug a lot of water or a tea if I had eaten something greasy and it helped push everything down. But now I have to wait, and I always feel like I have a residue of food like in my throat and in my chest. And the only thing I can think of as soon as I finish eating is drink. You need to drink something, drink something. And it drives me insane. I just want to drink something. So that's another thing that I didn't expect to be happening. I'm sure with time it will be getting better because the adjustment period, it is only a couple of months since I've had my operation. So there's a whole adjustment period that needs to be happening. And I'm sure after a year or two, I'll be totally used to it. But for right now, after I eat, the only thing I can think about is drinking water. Number 5 is I judge people on the way they eat. So I think it's because we're so conscientious of how we eat now after the surgery, how many times we chew our food, how many times or how long we take to eat a meal, the size of our bites, the total quantity of what is in our plate, that you're so focused on your own food that when I watch other people eat, I'm just astounded, like, I can't believe you ate that fast. Or if I see someone take a huge spoonful of something, I'm in total shock, like, I can't believe you just put all that in your mouth. So it's kind of strange because I'm not judging them in a bad way. I'm not sitting there saying, oh my god, look at what that person is doing. I'm like, oh my god, look how fast everyone eats. Look how fast people chew their food. And I know before I was like that too, because you're not as focused on the way you should be eating. So it's just like, oh my god, I was like that before. And I know in the beginning when I started eating meals, I ate a little bit faster now than I used to in the beginning. In the beginning, it would take me like a half an hour to eat 3/4 of a toast. But I would sit down to supper with someone and they would be finished and I'd be like, I'm on bite 2, buddy. Like, chew your food. I think it's funny because I'm not judging them in a negative way. I can't really say I'm judging them. I'm making more of a comparison to how the world eats and how I eat. And everyone eats so fast and such big quantities, and they don't chew their food. So that's something that mentally I didn't think would be happening after the surgery. And it's just kind of funny. Does anyone else out there realize that they're judging the way that they watch other people eat as well? Has it become like a focus, or am I just totally like losing my mind? So I just think that that's something funny that I fixate on the way people eat, and it's just really strange. So those are my 5 things that I did not know would be happening after my sleeve surgery. And I plan on doing a couple more of things that, a 5 thing in general, so either my biggest changes so far or unpleasant things from the surgery, but I thought it would be fun to start off with doing 5 things that I didn't know. So if you enjoyed my video, please like. If you have any comments or if you have anything different from your sleeve surgery that you didn't know what happened, please let me know below. I'd be happy to compare with what I've given you and anything else that could be different. And if you want to continue seeing my videos, please subscribe. That would be awesome. And I'll see you next time. Bye!